In today's news, Superintendent of Prisons orders review as search intensifies for dangerous escapees. Book lovers enjoy rare opportunity to explore Logos Hope's 500 title collection. National Library to be reopened before the end of this administration's term, says Premier, and opposition questions the government's handling of key national issues. These and more stories when To It For News returns.
We mash the gas, them bite the dust. We set the speed while they gathering rust. Inside we heart BVI come first. So please don't be fooled cause they not like us.
Once we mash the gas, them bite the dust. Cause we always fast and we always fuss. If you want a real speed, you know who to trust. Somebody better tell them they're not like who? They're not like us. CCT fast, like CCT fast, like CCT just generosity, love the community bad, like CCT first with the 5G. Cause BVI is we.
Welcome, viewers, to the Monday, October 27th edition of To It For News. I am Jacques Wooding Donovan, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. Authorities are investigating how two inmates, Jose Almestica and John Burgos, escaped from His Majesty's Prison, Balsam Gut, on Saturday night, prompting a territory-wide manhunt and a full internal review of prison security. More in this report. The Virgin Islands Prison Service has initiated an internal review into the circumstances surrounding the escape of two prisoners from His Majesty's Prison on Saturday night. Superintendent of Prisons, J. Kendall, confirmed that established emergency protocols were immediately activated after the escape was discovered, and that a full review, along with an ongoing manhunt, is now underway. The two prisoners, Jose Almestica, 37, and John Burgos, 27, have been considered extremely dangerous. Almestica previously escaped custody in 2017 during the aftermath of Hurricane Irma. He was on the run until his recapture in December 2021. Presently, he is serving time for multiple offenses, including illegal possession of a firearm, possession of ammunition, and illegal entry. He was also charged with 11 counts of keeping an unlicensed firearm, 4 counts of keeping a prohibited weapon, 1 count of carrying an unlicensed firearm, 8 counts of unlawful possession of ammunition, and 4 counts of possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply. Burgos, on the other hand, was on remand for serious charges, including conspiracy to murder and drug and firearm offenses. He was charged in connection with the December 2022 murder. He was charged in connection with the December 2022 murder of Kadim Jimenez in East End. Superintendent Kendall said the internal review is expected to assess security procedures, staff response, and any potential breaches within the prison's perimeter or infrastructure. Governor Daniel Pruce said in a statement that he is very concerned by the escape. Governor Pruce said he is grateful to the prison team and the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force for their swift responses, and he is encouraging everyone to follow the advice of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force as the search for Almestica and Burgos continues. The governor urged persons to not approach the escapees if they are sighted, but to pass on any relevant information to the police or Crime Stoppers. He said he is in touch with relevant agencies and the National Security Council colleagues who would be convening Monday. Meanwhile, Health Minister Honorable Vincent Wheatley, who has shared responsibility with the governor for prisons, said that the safety and security of the public, as well as those in custody, are of utmost importance. Minister Wheatley stated that he has been in close consultation with the governor and the superintendent of prisons, and he is assured that a thorough investigation is underway to determine the circumstances surrounding the escape and to ensure the recapture of the individuals involved. He said that the prison administration, in collaboration with law enforcement agencies, is working diligently to apprehend the escapees. The minister joined in urging the public to be aware of the situation and remain vigilant of their surroundings. In other news, many persons in the territory continue to take advantage of the offerings on the MV Logos Hope currently docked at the Cyril B. Romney Tortola Pier Park. The MV Logos boasts 5,000 books for sale, and persons have been amazed about the offerings. During last Friday's press conference, the ship's managing director explained how they plan their visits to certain destinations and the selection of books carried on the ship.
Typically, we plan for a year or a year and a half or two ahead of time, and we go to various parts of the world, stay there for some time. So we've been in the Caribbean now for about a year, and we seek to visit as many countries as possible. One of the elements is how are ports available for us, permissions for people to visit a ship like us. Those are very practical issues that we need to know, and someone comes ahead of time, visits the country, asks those questions, does a survey, and then over time that decision is made. But we love to go to most countries around the world. As mentioned before, this is our 154th nation territory that we visited, and we would love to go to many more. We do select the books. Most of the selection has to do with the sections that we offer on the ship. We, of course, can't offer books of all kinds and all topics. So we select books, a selection of books for children, a selection of books for educational books, the Bibles, the Christian books as well. So that's the main part of the process. And then we seek publishers who are willing to sell books for a lower price, which then will allow us to also have the books at a lower cost for the public. That's a big chunk of the process. And then, of course, we will look at the content and see, is the content relevant? Does it agree with our beliefs and quality content? Is it good content? We do filter the books as well in terms of content.
The public can visit the ship up to 10 p.m. tonight, and the last visit on Tuesday is from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Premier Dr. Natalio Wheatley has assured that a national public library will be re-established before the end of his administration's current term, though no specific timeline has been given. The commitment comes nearly a decade after the previous Road Town Library was closed in 2016 due to mold and structural issues, with earlier plans for a new facility at Passia Estate derailed by Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017. More in this report. Premier Dr. Natalio Wheatley has not given a timeline for the establishment of a public library in the territory, but instead has assured that it would be done before this administration's term ends. The National Library in Road Town was closed down in 2016 because of mold and other issues. Plans were in the making for a new facility in Passia Estate, but Hurricane Irma and Maria 8 years ago put a halt to that becoming a reality. Before the 2017 hurricane struck, there were plans for a new National Library and Archives building. Since then, and with the change in government, there has been no announcement about this being made a priority. Premier Wheatley was questioned about the National Library during a press conference while aboard the world's largest floating book fair, the MV Logos, last Friday. Here's what he said.
Yeah, we've been without a public library in Road Town for a number of years now. Of course, we've had a number of setbacks over the number of years that has led to that. But it's something that we see as a priority, and we're actively working towards it. Of course, that's the Minister of Education's subject, but I know, of course, libraries are high on her priority list, not just libraries, but literacy. We're working together to see if we can reestablish the library in Road Town. I don't have a timeline right now, but of course, it's a priority for us before this administration closes.
Up next, opposition questions government's handling of key national issues, and authorities order evacuations amid warnings of life-threatening conditions approaching Jamaica. These and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands. As the winds start to whisper of approaching storms, it's time to safeguard your sanctuary.
Hey, have you checked your insurance policy lately?
Not recently, why?
It's very important to check your insurance policy before the hurricane season.
That's a good idea. I'll reach out to my provider and get some information.
Awesome. Come son, let's plan for emergencies together. We're gonna include your favorite comfort kit.
Thanks, Dad. That makes me feel safer.
We're packing extra medications and extra batteries for your hearing aid.
And by the way, don't forget my glasses.
Okay, Pops.
Alright, let me see. Okay.
Going on, dog? What you saying? You good? You got truck?
Hey, yo, how you doing? I hear trimming some of the branches to make sure they don't cause a frig when the storm come.
Fair point. I gotta go clean out the gutter them down by me, so nothing don't build up. You know how that could go sometimes.
Makes sense. That's all good. We gotta be prepared.
Facts.
Sometimes we get off track, but that's okay.
Yo, thanks for chilling with the dog today, you know.
Man, anytime, you know I got you.
Yeah, but the place so damn hot now. And you know the old people them say when it's so hot, a storm somewhere out there coming.
Listen, I rebuke that in the name of great God of the universe, okay? Let me move these stuff so they don't cause a problem.
Alright, me want my neighbor window get knocked out and
Remember, we're in this together. Reach out to your community, lend a hand, and shield each other from the storm's challenges. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. At a recent press conference, opposition leader Myron Walwyn and members of the Alliance criticized the Natalio Wheatley-led government over several issues. More in this report. The opposition, led by Honorable Myron Walwyn, held a press conference last Thursday as part of its ongoing review of the constitutional report. using the platform to criticize the Natalia Wheatley-led government over several key issues affecting the Virgin Islands. During his address, Walwyn expressed concern over the process by which self-determination for the territory is being pursued, describing it as lacking transparency. He also pointed to ongoing challenges in the economy and the rising cost of living, arguing that the government has failed to implement effective measures to ease financial burdens on residents.
Self-determination must be freely chosen by the people. It is about the right to decide one's own political destiny. From the posture and conduct of this government, it appears that they have already chosen for the people and are determined to lead the territory toward independence, regardless of whether they have expressed such a desire. I am asking all Virgin Islanders and belongers to remain vigilant, to stay informed, and to actively engage in the conversations that shape our future. Together, we can ensure that any decisions about our future reflect the true will of the people, not just the ambitions of a few. While the government keeps its head in the clouds preaching independence, the quality of life for ordinary citizens on the ground continues to decline. True leadership demands that we address the pressing social and economic challenges facing our people before engaging in lofty political pursuits. Independence means little if our citizens are struggling to make ends meet today. The economy is flat on its back, and at long last, Premier Wheatley has admitted what everyone else knows: the economy is struggling.
Walwyn further raised alarms about freedom of speech, claiming that some citizens have been pressured to remove social media posts critical of the government. Meanwhile, opposition member Stacey Mather used the opportunity to appeal to the Premier to develop new programs aimed at supporting young men and the wider community, highlighting the need for stronger youth engagement and empowerment initiatives.
I'm calling on the Premier to work with the members of the opposition, including myself, and the community to fund programs and opportunities that get our males workforce ready, employed, help them build career paths, and feel valued by their community. If I, as an at-large representative, had the funds to do so, I would have done this already. It is difficult to go to the public who are already struggling, and that's been outlined by the leader of the opposition, and ask for help when you bring nothing but your two swinging hands. We are going into the budget address again, and I want to point out that for the last 2 years, I've been asking the Premier repeatedly to allocate funds to at-large members to do things. I've repeatedly asked the Premier to allow me to assist with the rated program and other initiatives that they have. We cannot walk in isolation. All the members in the House were elected collectively. The time is now. Let us act with courage, compassion, and conviction. Let us ensure that the Constitution we shape reflects the will of our people, not just the will of the House. Let us make committees public. Let us make our democracy one that where everyone can participate. Let us make our Virgin Islands stronger. Let us build this Virgin Islands for those who are here and for those who are coming.
Melvin M. Turnbull, representative for the 2nd District, another opposition member, addressed the issue of crime, announcing plans to reintroduce Project Lionheart, an initiative designed to steer young people away from violence and promote positive development.
Crime is not only a law enforcement issue, it is an issue that calls for the need for mentorships, as Honorable Mather said, apprenticeship programs that, as Honorable Walwyn did as Minister of Education, creative industries and skill building programs that show our youth that they are more than a weapon, more than a gang, more than fear. And that's why, after much deliberation since being elected to office in 2015, I have had, over the last year, so many persons come to me and ask me to revisit something that I did. So in 2026, starting next year, I am going to re-engage the Project Lionheart mentorship program, which is a preventative and rehabilitative program targeting the transformation and development of young men and women between the ages of 12 and 17 in this territory.
The opposition said the press conference was part of its ongoing effort to hold the government accountable and ensure that constitutional changes and governance reforms are carried out in the best interest of the people. On the regional scene, a slow but powerful hurricane, Melissa, is approaching Jamaica, threatening to bring catastrophic winds, torrential rainfall, and dangerous storm surges to the island. Upgraded early Monday to a Category 5 hurricane, the storm, the highest level on the Saffir-Simpson scale, is expected to make landfall in the early hours of Tuesday. That's according to the National Hurricane Center. Melissa has already been blamed for the deaths of 4 people on the island of Hispaniola, that's housing the Dominican Republic and Haiti, where heavy rains triggered flash floods and landslides over the weekend. Meteorologists now warn that Melissa could become the strongest hurricane ever to strike Jamaica, with sustained winds exceeding 157 miles per hour. Authorities on Jamaica have declared the entire island threatened and issued evacuation orders for parts of the capital, Kingston, and other low-lying areas. Jamaica's Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management has urged residents to move to shelters and avoid coastal zones as conditions worsen. Up next, a 4-day CTO conference in the BVI explores how technology and talent can shape the future, and moisture pockets expected to bring brief rainfall through tonight. These When to Wait for News returns.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service. Alright, you enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come. Yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man forget you.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. The Virgin Islands will host regional tourism and human resource leaders this week for the Caribbean Tourism Organization's Tourism Human Resources Conference. which runs from Tuesday to Friday under the theme The Human Touchpoint, Redefining HR Excellence in Caribbean Tourism. The four-day event, co-hosted by the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sustainable Development, the BVI Tourist Board, and the BVI Yachting, Hotel and Tourism Association, will gather about 100 delegates from across the region to explore how HR professionals can balance technology, talent, and culture to strengthen the region's workforce. More in this report. Human resource professionals and tourism stakeholders will gather in the British Virgin Islands this week for a four-day conference. The Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sustainable Development, in collaboration with the Caribbean Tourism Organization, CTO, will host the Regional Tourism Human Resources Conference here from Tuesday to Friday. The conference, held under the theme The Human Touchpoint, Redefining HR Excellence in Caribbean Tourism, will bring together professionals, educators, trainers, consultants, students, practitioners, and tourism stakeholders from the public and private sectors. The estimated 100 delegates from the region will explore how HR leaders can balance technology, talent, and culture to create workplaces that foster engagement, resilience, and service excellence. Tourism officials here believe that by bringing together these regional leaders and experts, they will share knowledge, strengthen skills, and build a workforce that is resilient, innovative, and ready to meet the ongoing demands of global tourism. The conference is being held in partnership with the BVI Tourist Board and the BVI Yachting, Hotel and Tourism Association. Interim chairman of the association, Mr. Clyde Letsom, believes the conference will extend beyond the event, noting that it will help to elevate service standards and ensure a sustainable, competitive future for the Virgin Islands.
It is important because in the end, we are engaged in service industries. And if we don't get service right, remember the tourists have many options nowadays, and increasingly they are going in other areas, and we obviously want to draw them back to us. So we need to be on top of our service game. We are engaged in service industries. And at the base of these service industries is the expectation of service by our tourists and guests. What we have noted over the years is that we are bringing more and more people from outside of the region, and many of these people already have a culture of service. In a general sense, what we need to do where it exists is continue to train, and where it doesn't exist, to train. So that is why this CTO Tourism HR Conference is so vitally important. It sponsors, of course, the BVI Tourist Board, Government of the Virgin Islands, the BVI Yachting, Hotel and Tourism Association, and the BVI Tourism Industry. Now, why do we need you? We need you to support this conference simply because we need to improve our game of service. From my own workplace, I am sending my HR professionals. And why is that? Because I want to see the standards of excellence for hospitality raised. And at the base of this is people. And if those people are not trained, then we are in problems.
According to the CTO, tourism is the lifeblood of the Caribbean, with its success rooted in the people who deliver exceptional experiences. In the region where tourism and hospitality are more than a business, it is a way of life. HR professionals must redefine workforce strategies to attract, develop, and retain top talent while ensuring excellence at every touchpoint in the process. The last CTO Tourism Human Resources Conference was held in Nevis in 2023. In weather, the local weather forecast for the British Virgin Islands indicates partly cloudy conditions across the territory, with shallow pockets of moisture likely to produce brief periods of showers. Tonight will remain partly cloudy with a 40% or moderate chance of rainfall. Winds will blow from east-southeast at speeds between 7 to 17 miles per hour, and seas are expected to range from 4 to 6 feet, and mariners are advised to exercise caution in open waters. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:16 a.m. And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com, like us on Facebook at 284media, and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Jaco Wooding Donovan, and I will see you again tomorrow, so have yourself a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye.